Hello everyone and welcome to my first gaming video. Now, I didn't know where to start when making this video, but I figured since my first gaming video, I just start at the beginning. And that's why we're going to be playing the very first video game ever. Turn that off. Pac-Man. And I'm actually really good at Pac-Man and games in general. I'm kind of a gamer. So, okay, got him there. I think that was Clyde. I've been noticing that games these days are very expensive, right? I was looking at, I think it was the new Kirby or something like that, and it was $70. And back in my day, ye old time, I would get Kirby on the DS, Kirby Superstar Ultra for, probably 30 or maybe even free, So I guess that just goes to show you the state of things right now. Okay, I took another bite out of Pinky there, I'm going to say. And I think the goal of Pac-Man is to swallow as many of the pellets as you can. I don't really know what the point of the fruit is, but I'm going to do that anyway. And then, of course, you want to... Well, okay, that's a glitch. Get that patched. Am I right? Just flew right through Clyde and he didn't do anything. So the goal of the games is actually to collect all these pellets. And once you do something, I think the level ends, something happens. But, kind of the main draw of Pac-Man is that it's very colorful and kind of fun and engaging. And oof, almost. Okay, well, that's another thing about Pac-Man. Very advanced AI, actually, for the time. You might think AI and you'll think, where's the... Okay, did I die there? Okay, thank God. I would have crashed out, harder than anyone you've ever seen if Drinky killed me in that moment, just as I was eating the last pellet. But, AI at the time was actually very advanced. And you might think of AI now as a crying cat video singing the Billie Eilish song. But, back in the day, it meant, machines learning, right? How to intercept your movements, where to go, where to be, how to kill you, as you saw. That's AI, or at least that's what real AI is, not, Albert Einstein and P. Diddy on a calculator. So now you'll see I'm kind of going for a different sort of strategy. I'm collecting all the kind of power balls first, right? And I think that's... Okay, sorry. I really thought they were going to corner me again, and that would have been incredibly embarrassing. But, they're not quite that good. I mean, AI will never beat human intelligence. Let's put it that way. So now I got one last power ball, and I'm going to go after that. Speaking of the power ball, I'm really thinking of playing it lately because my life has been so grim. But, not anymore because I just beat the second level. There's a little bit here. Okay, so now I'm getting chased by, what did I call him? Stinky or whatever. What is this? This is not in the original, in case you're wondering. And this is not the original. This is the Google version, of course. For Pac-Man's 50th or 70th anniversary, they got permission to do this, to make it like a Google Pac-Man. Of course, the map is incredibly terrible in this configuration because it's the Google logo, or alphabet, as you may know. So, talk about trademarking like the English language, alphabet. Am I right? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. So there I take another bite out of Stinky. And they're going to corner me. Yes, they are. So I'm going to go ahead and get a crazy kind of kill streak here. This is way before COD, and yet they had kill streaks back then. The only bad thing is that once you kill a ghost, they actually go back to being alive. Go figure, right? Although I guess they're ghosts, so, anything goes. So now I'm going to hit the E here, grab a little pellet out of there, and then I think what I'm going to do, I'm not going to go for the mango, actually. I think, yeah, it just gives you points, which are meaningless in this game, especially in this version. But, that's all right. If you really want to play a good game, play the Pac-Man Mega Mix on Steam, which is a gaming platform / service. That is a super fun game where your Pac-Man can be huge and he can do like a combo system where he's super colorful. He can play in like Legoland and that kind of thing. It's pretty awesome. So now I'm kind of hitting my stride here, and I died that first level. I think that was just kind of a, I'm kind of getting the training wheels off, getting the rust off, you know what I mean? But now I'm really kind of like... I've kind of got the, you can't predict AI, but I can. I've kind of got their patterns down, and it's smooth sailing, I think, at this point. I'm going to get a quick bite out of him. Okay, well, that's another thing to change in the Google version is actually the invulnerability window for Or I guess the vulnerability window for Pac-Man there, because that ghost was clearly ready to be eaten, and I guess for some reason he decided not to be. Maybe that's a feature of his character in particular. Another bite out of Drinky. Now you notice one of the ghosts is named Clyde, and the others are all like Pinky, Blinky, Stinky, Winky, Tinky, whatever. And that's a funny thing, actually. I looked in. Okay, well, I wasn't paying attention. And does that mean I have no lives left, or does that mean I have? Okay, yeah, that's what. Another great thing about old games is that, you know, it'll show that you have one life left, but you actually have two, right? Because of whatever. I don't know. It's like a second wind. You know what I mean? This is the last one, right? This is your last life because you're playing as your last life. That's the kind of, I think, logic behind it, which is really neat if you think about it. But as you can tell, the AI in level 3 is really insane. I mean, this is like, you know, rivaling Grok at this point. So now I'm going to go ahead and cap him. And I'm going to go for because another thing in Pac-Man, you can actually go through walls and come around the other side. It's just kind of a neat mechanic. I haven't really seen that in many games these days. So maybe think about bringing that back. Now it's just invisible walls, or like a door you can't open in a house that you should be able to enter. You know, I was playing Battlefield 6 the other day, and I was like, you know, where's the power pellets? You know, why is there an invisible wall here? I can't go further. Yep, why? You know, if it's there, why can't I do it? And okay, well, all right, game over. I made it to, let's see. I think it'll show me the level I made it to here. Nope. And you know what? I'm going to click play again. And yeah, so my house score is just totally gone. I could have been #1 in the world for all that I know. So, okay, yeah, I guess that's it. Well, I'm not going to do that again. So yeah, that's Pac-Man. Kind of a stupid game, but you know, whatever. It's a classic, I guess. Next, I think I'm probably going to do Dark Souls 2. So stay tuned for that. And until then, this is Scumbagman signing off.